Okay, guys, so let's quickly talk about this opportunity to this study abroad opportunity. Let me just put it this way. I'm not going to waste time here, but I want to bring out some things here so that those who are new on this page, they should be aware of what is on ground. First thing first, my name is Milton Fonkwa. I recently moved to the Netherlands. I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber. Please, if you're coming across our page for the very first time, click the share button, click the subscribe button so that somebody can benefit from this information. Thank you so much. So now, yesterday I was going through the internet, then I saw a comment somewhere of somebody saying that he has 1 million. Where can he move to? Then I saw people recommending countries to him, telling him to go to this place, this place, this place. First of all, first thing first, I want to say that if you have just 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, it's going to be very difficult for you to move abroad. If you are the one sponsoring yourself, you are the one to pay a tuition deposit, you are the one who is going to do your bank statement, you are the one who is going to do basically everything. That is to say, if you do not have a sponsor, it's going to be very, very difficult for you, right? So you should put this into consideration. That's point number one. Now, to the person who was saying that he has 1 million, in case you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and you intend to move abroad, right? It's good for you to avoid countries like one, Northern Cyprus. It is visa free, but please avoid that country. Two, Belarus. It is very cheap or maybe expensive. I do not know, but please avoid that particular country. The next country I want to talk about again that you should avoid is if you really want to go and study, right? Is I talked about now Cyprus, I talked about Belarus. I'm going to talk now about Kazakhstan. Avoid that country. Not like you should avoid a country because it's a bad place. No, it's not bad. But the problem is, as an international student, what is your first goal of studying abroad? To move abroad, hustle, go to school. But these places is going to stress the in fact, it's going to stress you a lot. Avoid these places I gave you. Now, if you have less money, maybe 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, please, please, and please again, make sure you try to raise the money to like 4 million, 4.5, 5 million. Then you apply to Lithuania, Italy, and Portugal. I'm still going to come to that part. But if your money is not up to 4 million, 3 million, please do not go to those countries I mentioned. Persevere, take this money, right? If you are in a working environment, if you are somewhere that you think that business can prosper, use this money, start a business that is fast running, a business that you if you buy today you can sell today and you make some gain. Start it very fast, then you buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and make sure you save and cut down your expenses so you can save more, right? When you do this for probably maybe 6 months, 1 year, maybe 1.5 year, you should have enough money to travel. So, like I said, those of you 1 million, 2 million, take some of that money. Do business, something that can turn around, like rapid. You understand, you can sell very fast. Do it, then you save the money, you will get more money to travel. Now, that's the other point to those who were saying. Now, back to the person who said he has 1 million and people were recommending. I've already mentioned some places you should avoid, except that you want to go there with the aim that Greece is different. This is my advice I gave you already. Now, if you have 4 million, 5 million, and you want to move abroad, go to Lithuania, Italy, and Portugal. These are the cheapest that I know for now. If you are the one to sponsor yourself, if you do not have a sponsor, like if you are going to pay your fees, do your proof of funds, then pay your flight, do everything, then this is the money that is okay for you. I'm still going to talk to you about requirements to study in these countries. I'm going to talk to you about when you can apply to start studies in these countries. It's very important for you to note all of this. Now, let's talk about the when you can apply. Lithuania, guys, Lithuania is becoming very difficult now to actually apply and study a program. Now, why do I say Lithuania is becoming very difficult? The reason is because before you could get Lithuanian visa in Nigeria or maybe in Egypt or South Africa, but now you can only get it in South Africa and UAE, United Arab Emirates. and other countries in South America and somewhere in Europe, like in Turkey. But can you go to those European countries without visa? It's not possible. Now, another thing you should understand is that with Lithuania, the procedure have changed. You have to do dual legalization of your police character, because without that, you cannot apply for Lithuanian visa. Where you are going to choose that this is where I want my visa to be done, I want to apply from here, you would use the Lithuanian government portal. You already know it. There are videos on this channel. I explain extensively on what you should do, right? Then on that portal, you are going to select where you are going to be doing your visa application. But remember, your police character has to be legalized in your home country and in Lithuania. Put this into consideration. It's so important. Remember, Lithuania has two intakes, the January intake and the September intake. Now, for the September intake, it's over. You can't apply anymore. So the intake you should be looking at now should be the January intake. Is the January intake open? The answer is yes. Is it open in all schools? The answer is no. Which means that some schools are open now for January intake, while others are still not open for January intake. What can you do now to apply? You need to go to Google, type list of universities in Lithuania. They are going to come out: Klaipėda University, Vilnius University, Vilnius University, Vilnius Technical University. All of them will come out. Then you pick them one after the other and put them on Google and add admissions by the site. Then everything about the school and the program is going to come out. You check the tuition fee for the programs per the university. You check the requirements. You check the application deadline. Then you check the last day to apply. And of course, please, it's very important for you to note all of this. The reason is because if you do not know the requirements, if you do not know the application deadline, you cannot succeed. If you do not know the tuition fee, you cannot succeed. Now, remember, I said before that if you have 4 million, 5 million, you can use to jackpot in Lithuania. Also, remember that inside that money, you need to take part of it and pay your tuition deposit, right? When you are admitted to a school in Lithuania, you would be asked to pay tuition deposit before you can actually apply for the visa, because if you don't pay the deposit, you will not get the final offer letter to use for your visa application, right? So you need to pay the deposit before the school can give you the final offer letter to use for visa application. Please put this into consideration. It's so important. Now, when you pay, they are going to give you the details, then you can proceed to visa application. Remember that many students are trying to immigrate abroad now. So if you are doing any process, please make sure you start early. Africans, you can only apply for Lithuanian visa in South Africa or in the United Arab Emirates. I hope this is clear now. We go to the next thing that you need to know. Italy. If you have money, I also forgot something about Lithuania. Remember, when you are processing a particular country, you should look at the proof of funds and look at tuition deposit to know if the amount of money you have will be sufficient. If you have just 5 million and looking at Lithuania, please don't go apply for schools that are very expensive, because if you apply to a school that is costing you more than 2,500 per academic year, it means that maybe when you get admissions, you have to pay 2,500 out of that 5 million you have. Now, how much will be left? Would the money that is left be enough to cover your proof of funds? Because proof of funds needs to be at least 5,400 euros. It used to be 5,200, but right now you need to have at least 5,400. Is the money going to be enough? This is a question you should ask yourself before you apply to any program in Lithuania. Now, Italy, same question. You should ask yourself same question before you apply to schools in Italy. But remember, in Italy, it's possible for you to study in very affordable schools. It's possible for you to study in very cheap school. The University of Bologna, the University of Camerino, the University of Padova, all of them are very cheap. And one thing about Italy is that when you gain admissions, they do not ask you to pay complete tuition fee for that year or semester. They might just ask you for small money. Like, for example, the University of Padua in the Padova region in Italy, they will ask you to pay just around maybe 250, 500 euros maximum if you get admissions, right? for you to continue with visa application. Also understand that for Italy, you have to do verification and legalization of your documents. Now, there is also an additional process or procedure you have to do. They call it evaluation of your certificate, of your credential. It's going to take you time. So make sure you invest more time in your Italian student visa application. Make sure you are up to date. Make sure you are fast with the process, because at the end of the day, if you are slow, you cannot blame anybody. I hope you understand all of this. The next country I want to talk about is Portugal. I actually have 3 students I know personally that are in Italy. They recently moved to Italy. I also have 2 people I know personally that recently relocated to Portugal. Now, for the process of Portugal, you might find schools that are costing up to 5,000 euros. Are you going to pay all that money after you gain admissions? The answer is no. Now, when you get admissions, the school is going to tell you to pay a deposit, or maybe pay in installments. They can give you 5, 6, or 7, or even 8 installments. Now, you have to divide your tuition fee by the number of installments. For example, if your tuition is 5,000 and a school says, okay, you are going to pay in 8 installments. Oh, divide 5,000 by 8. That's more money you are going to pay, right? In order to start your visa application, you must pay a deposit for Portugal before you start visa application. Please do not forget this. I'm emphasizing on this because someone was actually telling me that, oh, Milton, my school never asked me and I'm not going to do it. Please, I'm just advising you now to note that you have to pay a deposit before visa application. It's so important. Portugal is actually not complicated. Some schools will not even ask you for IELTS. You understand why others may not even ask for English proficiency, but it's always good to have your IELTS and English proficiency. But again, if you doubt anything, reach out to the school, ask them questions. Some schools are willing to respond. They are very fast in responding. Those asking me about the Netherlands, remember, it's not cheap to study in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is very expensive, guys. Do your research. There are videos on this platform I did for you, okay? And understand that if you want to study in the Netherlands, you need to have money. That's why I say it's not cheap. We have talked about the Netherlands. Let's proceed with Portugal. Now, for Portugal, recently, immigration laws are changing, right? So, if you really want to study in Portugal, you have to be fast and start the procedure early. They don't have 2 intakes like Lithuania. Italy don't have 2 intakes. Italy have just 1 intake. Portugal, some schools may have 2 intakes, but I don't know. So you should focus on their main intake. Admissions will start again early February or March in Portugal. In Italy, it will start December. In Lithuania, it's already on. Most schools will be opening from after September, which is October. So please put all these things into consideration and always start your study abroad journey early. For requirements to apply for bachelors in all these countries, you just need what they call high school qualifications. Then for you to apply for masters, you need also high school qualifications and bachelor's degree, transcript and certificate. Alongside, for some schools, motivation letters, recommendation letters, CVs, application fees and so many others. So it depends on the university. Just make sure you check to see if yours is also, maybe requirements are the same, maybe requirements is going to be what I just spoke about here, or if not, why not you drop in your application. And when I'm visiting Portugal, when I'm visiting Lithuania, Italy, I hope to see you guys there. For now, I am in the Netherlands.